Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we decided to go over some of the new cards that have been previewed
Magneto,
for Meg.
Volume 2.
Yeah. So Fantasy Flight Games have allowed some different content creators to show off some of the new cards that were in addition to the original article. So I want to give a few shout outs. So one is to Hall of Heroes, which is this website that we're on right now. It's an amazing website. We use it quite a bit. It has lots of references for like when cards came out with different products. Like Dirk had this on the screen when he was doing a lot of the Hero of the Days to know like, okay, blah 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 came in aggression, or if you want to go back and say, oh, what pack did this card come out, or
Yeah.
just kind of a quick reference of a card.
Yeah, I also think this is kind of where the official rules get updated and stuff on here. So
So
if you
with
ever
that,
have rules questions, this is a good source.
so we scroll up here. Um, they have rulings, and so up to 1.6, and then if anyone had posted, got like an official ruling from FFG, then they usually will post it here. And so yeah, this is a great reference site.
And if you're into custom content, they've got a lot of custom content on there.
Yeah, but okay, but the content creator. Let's give a quick shout out to some of the different content creators.
First one we've got is Villain Theory,
Yep, and then we have Daring Lime,
Lamont Thanos,
Winning Hand,
D20 Woodworking,
Critical Encounters,
Web Warrior Fanatic.
and Nelson All Over Cards. All right, so let's do a quick review of Magneto. So Magneto is a 2/2/2.
Of course, he's an X-Men.
Yep, he's got magnetic pull, which we discard cards from the top of your deck until a magnetic card is discarded. Add that card to your hand once per round.
And so that should be pretty good considering the fact that, the guess is, since we haven't seen all of his cards, but I'm going to guess that the majority of his deck or a good portion of his hero cards are magnetic. So,
Yeah. All right. Also, I had a couple other ideas. Let's So with the fact that we're discarding cards from the top of our deck, made me think of a couple cards.
so one of them that is going to be a phenomenal one with Magneto is the Digging Deep card. It is a it is a basic card, wild resource, but if it is discarded from your deck, then it actually goes into your hand. So there's a wild resource that you get into your hand.
Yeah. Another one is the White Fox ally. Came in Domino. She costs 3, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. She's part of the posse. But her response is if you discard her from the top of from your deck, you could put her into play.
Yeah, considering he's definitely discarding here, that
Right.
it's always good to get some value out of that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Magneto in general. Now let's go over some of the new cards.
Honestly, another card that would work with him, but I don't think Dave had because I just popped this on him, so he doesn't even know about it. But is I like this with a lot of decks that I use discarding with is oh shoot, now I forgot the dog's name.
Cosmo?
No, not Cosmo. The other
Lockjaw?
Lockjaw. I like Lockjaw with cards that discard because you can play them out of your discard pile.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, but let's start taking a look at the cards. All right, so the first card is called Wrapped in Metal.
It's magnetic.
Yep, it's a magnetic card, 2-cost upgrade. Hero form only, attached to a non-elite minion. Attached minion cannot activate. Treat its printed text box as if it were blank.
So in this way, you can lock up a non-elite minion that could potentially cause you issues, or for whatever reason you just don't want it to go back in the deck. You can kind of lock it up and keep it tied up with this.
And if this card sounds familiar, this is the Magneto villain had a card that's similar to this. So I like the fact that the Magneto hero is doing the same thing as the Magneto villain, kind of like we had with Nebula.
Yeah. And anytime, obviously, if a minions engage with you, even though they're wrapped in metal, they're still considered engaged with you. So that helps with cards that actually that matters on.
Mm-hmm. Right, the next card.
So we've got the magnetic missile here. It's a 1-cost event. Again, it's magnetic. It's a superpower. But you can, as a hero action, discard a minion with the wrapped in metal attached to deal 5 damage to an enemy and stun it. So whenever you decide you need to stun somebody, you just fling that guy that you've been holding over there for a little while.
Yep. And this is the same card like when the Magneto villain had it with the Sentinel.
He must have hit me pretty hard because I don't remember that. No, I'm kidding. I remember that. I remember that very much.
All
That
right.
hurt.
So Magneto comes in leadership, and we have a 4 cost ally M, 2 thwart, 3 attack, 2 consequential on the attack. Those psionic X-Men, 4 hit points. Response: after M enters play, defeat a minion with fewer remaining hit points than M.
And I like the fact that it's remaining and not printed.
Right.
So if you've got somebody like, say, you've got something big, Ronan, you've been thwacking at him for a little bit. He's still got 3 more left to bring her out. He's gone.
Yeah. Or you beat up on the sleeper and you just can't quite finish him off.
Yep. All right, here we've got a card called Children of the Atom. It's a 1 card support. You can play it under any player's control, max 1 per player. But the cool thing here is each X-Force, X-Factor, and X-Men character that you control gains the other 2 traits.
So that kind of throws in a couple interesting things, because now you can bring in cards like the iPack,
and I loves me the iPack, and just giving me more opportunities to play that card, the better.
Yeah, so
the more the better.
So now your X-Men could play the iPack, and the and
And of course, X-Force people can play the X-Jet now too.
yeah. So and you've got so they all have that factor. So like Uncanny X-Men and cards like that could come into play. Same.
You've got the X-Men training cards that you can use now
On the X-Force allies. Yeah, so there's quite a few options. And of course, now Multiple Man can be used with X-Men.
Multiple Man can actually be used in. Oh wow, yeah, he can actually be used in that. With Uncanny X-Men. Yeah,
yeah. So there's all sorts of fun combos that you can do with
I
that.
might have to build a deck with him just for the heck of it now.
Yeah. All right, and then he's got a resource card here called Master of Magnetism.
It looks like this one's magnetic too.
Another magnetic, and it provides an energy and a mental. So he's got. I'm kind of curious if he's going to be like Jubilee, where he's got 3
different,
or if he's just like 1 or 2 copies of this particular combo. This actually kind of makes sense.
I don't know. I'm trying
Science and energy kind of makes sense, but I could see like telekinetic strength or something.
But I'm trying to remember. I don't remember him needing specific ones.
I'd have to go back and look at what.
Yeah, same here.
Had, but I don't remember.
All right. Then we've got a new card here called You Got This. It is a leadership event. It costs 1. It is a tactic, and as a hero response, after you exhaust your hero to make a basic thwart or attack, discard an ally you control. Add that ally's matching power to your hero's power for this use, and then ready your hero. Now, where I can really see this one being a lot of fun for me personally is this is just another way for me to get Maria into my discard pile so that I can recur her.
Yeah.
It works with other things, but that was the first thing that I thought of when I saw this.
And it's a tactic, so Cyclops can grab it.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. All right. Then we have Magnetic Bubble. It's a 3-cost upgrade, a magnetic superpower. Magneto gains Retaliate. When you would take any amount of damage, place it here. Then, if there's at least 6 damage here, discard Magnetic Bubble.
So I like that. I kind of wish that it would have, like, maybe for each point of damage was on it, it would deal a burst back, maybe cost an extra, maybe 4 instead of 3, and have it do that, because thematically that seems like that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I still like what it does, because it's kind of bouncing stuff back as you send it in, and then once it takes enough damage, it goes away. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen maybe a full blast back from it or something. But yeah, no, I really like this card. It's a good one. We've also got Face the Past here. It's a 0-cost event, max 1 per deck. It's a basic card. As a hero action, you can search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for your nemesis minion and reveal it. So you can search for them anywhere that they happen to be, unless, let's see. Yeah, I can't even think of how they'd be in your hand. That's the only place it doesn't give you. That would be funny, though. But once you do that, then you can ready your hero and draw 3 cards. You cannot attack the villain this phase, and then it removes from the game. So it is a 1-shot. But
and it could interfere with Shadows of the Past a little bit because, like, if you pull your Nemesis and then later on get Shadow of the Past, you didn't pull your set aside Nemesis, so that could make it surge.
Yeah, unfortunately though, if you're playing like say Phoenix with this one, you pull your Nemesis, you're pulling the side scheme with it.
Yeah.
So you do have to be careful of things like that. But like this is basically kind of the basic version of one of my favorite cards, which I can't remember what it's called right now. Wait, no, what's the Justice card that I love so much? What is it called?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it's called. I love the card. I know what it does. I love
One way or another.
that one. That's what I said. Yeah, that card. I love it. It's a basic version of that. It is a one shot. It might be it's probably a little bit riskier than one way or another, but yeah. So now you can do it in basic, or in my case, I can just do it more.
All right, we got a
in
basic
Justice.
ally, the White Queen. She costs 3, 2 thwart, 1 attack. Psionic X-Men. Play only if your identity has the X-Force or X-Men trait. After White Queen enters play, discard a status card from a character.
So this could get rid of a negative status card on you, or it can get rid of that toughness that's up there on the villain getting in your way.
And this makes it interesting if you're playing Shadowcat, where you've got White Queen as an ally, and then you have White Queen as your nemesis. You get you got the Gamora Nebula thing going.
Yeah, we've seen that happen a couple of times, but yeah, it's not as much. But I kind of thought that White Queen, whenever I heard she was going to be in here, I was thinking that she was going to attach something, but the detaching thing kind of surprised me a little bit. But I like it.
Well, and I was actually thought she might come with the Hellfire Club too, but
Yeah, I did too, to be really honest.
okay.
Okay, so here we've got Exodus. So he is Magneto's nemesis, and he is a acolyte elite psionic. He has steady toughness and villainous. He schemes for 2, he attacks for 2, and he's got 6 health. He also comes with 3 pip, 3 boost icons. But as a forced response, after Exodus attacks you, discard cards from the top of your deck equal to his total attack. So whenever he attacks you, since he's got villainous, if he hits you with a 3, then you're discarding 5 cards. So that's going to hurt.
Yeah. All right, we have Martyr for Mutants. The side scheme. When defeated, the defeating player discards the top 9 cards of their deck, and it's a amplify 3 threat per player. So he's definitely wanting you to mill through your deck.
Oh, yeah. Here we've got his cape. So his cape is a 2-cost upgrade, armor magnetic. He gets the aerial trait with it, but as a response, after you resolve your magnetic pull ability, and that's the one where you discard for a magnetic card, then you can exhaust his cape and ready him.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
All right, then we have a squared off. It's a 0-cost leadership event. Tactic, so again, Cyclops.
I love the artwork on this one.
Yep, hero action, discard cards from the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you, play an ally from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. You throw that in with 4, you also would get to draw 2 cards.
So now here we have our leadership one way or another.
No.
Yeah, you discard cards for me. I don't, whatever.
You just get to play an ally cheap. It's like the
works for me. I don't care. No, I don't care. I don't care what to say. Nope.
It's Star-Lord's power.
Okay. All right, now we've got Kid Omega. He is a 2-cost leadership ally. He's psionic and X-Men. He's got 2 thwart, 2 attack, and he's got 2 health. But as a response, after he enters play, you can choose to either spend an energy resource to deal 1 damage to each enemy. So it's area effect, which means he won't retaliate on it. And then also you can spend 2 mental to remove 1 threat from each scheme. So I really like this card. I think this is one that's definitely going to start going into some of my leadership decks with some of the recursion that I use for Maria. Situationally, I'm probably going to maybe set aside a little bit for Kid Omega too, because I kind of like these abilities here.
Yeah.
Especially if you start getting stuff stacked up on you.
And that resource card that we saw was an energy mental. So you'd be able to use that card for either ability.
Oh, that didn't even click to me whenever I saw this the first time.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna pause here for a second and go over. So this is one of the new allies. So we had a side scheme. So let me bring that up. Okay, so in the original article, there is a new player side scheme called Recruit. It costs 0 to play it. It's 2 threat per player. goes in the victory display.
It is leadership.
Yeah, and it's leadership. Play only if you have the X-Men trait. And when defeated, each player just gets one of the new recruits and gets added to your hand. So it's kind of similar to the specialized training that came in X-23, except for you don't get to put it into play. And during the original article, we saw one of them. Yeah, so this is the one from the article. So it's a Nole, cost two thwart, two attack, two hit points. It's a new X-Men linked to the new recruit side scheme. Then if you are a mutant or an X-Men, he gets +1 to his thwart. So he would be a 3/2, but only if you're a mutant or an X-Men. And now we
So of course, X Factor and X Force can also be X Men now if you play the right cards.
yep.
So,
And then we've got 3 new ones from the new releases.
okay,
So
so the first one we've got here is Surge. So Surge is a 2-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack. Also, again, she's new and she's an X Men with 2 health. She's linked to the new recruits, of course, but here, if you have the X Men or mutant trait, she gets +1 attack and doesn't count against your ally limit there.
all right. The next one is Indra. Cost two thwart, two attack, two hit points. New X-Men, of course, that's all the same. If you have the mutant or X-Men trait, he gets +2 hit points and does not count against your ally limit.
Yep. And then the last one we got here is Bling. And Bling, everything else is the same except for Bling does not count against your ally limit again, but gains toughness when she comes into play.
Yeah.
So
each one has something new. Uh, I kind of like I don't know, I either like the extra hit points or the toughness personally, but +1 thwart is really good. +1, I guess it depends on your deck.
yeah, it depends on what kind of what you're building around. Now, kind of what you need at the time can make
Yeah.
a difference too. But
Yeah.
just generic, I mean, yeah, the toughness is a pretty good one here.
Right. But you could also get some extra thwarts and attack with the one with the 2 extra hit points.
Yep.
All right. And so that was the new cards that were released for the content creators. So looking forward to Magneto in a couple of weeks. Um, do you have any other thoughts, Dirk?
No, I mean, he looks like he's really going to be a fun and interesting one to play. So I am definitely kind of looking forward to him. And I'm kind of interested to see, what they're going to put in with him, see if they're going to do another module with him or what they're doing there. So,
Yeah, and if you want to see all the cards that was in the original article, you can go to Hall of Heroes, and these are the cards. Um, and they show like a fan and different things. So yeah. So anyways, um, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.